Organizing a Gmail is kind of a personal preference of how and what you're going to organize. Personally, I like to leave my unread emails as my to-do list or what I'm going to come in and address in the morning. So if I leave an email unread, it is because I have something to do with it. So I usually come in, find whatever junk email I have, I delete them, and then my list is going to be what I actually want to read, address, and take care of. So personally, I come into my settings button and I like to have my email be my unread first. I don't delete emails. The reason for this is what if something comes up and I have something to do? I don't delete emails related to work. If it's junk emails, I delete them. After 30 days, they are gone forever. But if it was something that I want to have access to again later, something that may have some important information, I will just leave it as a read email. Some people want to do things differently, so I just want to show you some of our options here. If we come into this settings cogwheel, we can go to our default email setting. The default setting is going to have your primary, your promotional, and your social. So you can come in and see these are all kind of LinkedIn and TikTok or X type emails. Promotion is just different people wanting to sell me things. All of these would be throwaway emails for me, so I could just come in and delete them all. And then we've got our primary. So if you noticed earlier, this number was larger when I had it as unread first. You could customize this and take away that promotional and social and just have everything in one email. This is going to be the most recent email all the way down, and I have 100 emails per page. I always have it sorted by newest, so it's on the top. But personally, like I said, I prefer to go unread first, meaning if I've already read it, I've addressed it, everything unread is here, and I get about 25 emails per screen, and I can go through and see what's going on and what I want to address. You can do important first, but you then have to tag who your important senders are. And you can have starred first, but again, that's only if you star your emails. So it allows you kind of the ability to set those things up. I have no split for my reading. I prefer to be able to open an email and it be the entire screen as opposed to having it to the right or below. Those are personal preferences. The conversation view is a thing that drives me bananas because what it does is it puts all of the emails in one place. So everybody who replies, you can see it kind of goes back and forth and back and forth, and they're all captured in one place. I personally prefer every single email I receive to come in as its own personal email, separate, so that I can decide whether or not I want to address that email. Now, for some people, they want to have what we look like as folders. Folders are actually called labels. They're not actual folders. And you can come in and create a new label. So if I wanted to create a weekly memo label, I could do that. If I wanted it nested, I would click and then I would pick my parent folder. These are all of the other ones that I have. But I'm going to have my weekly memo label be its own kind of thing. And then as I put things in there, it'll be there. So some people find that they may want to have emails set up like that. And then they can come in and we can look for our weekly memo. And I can take my AMD Weekly and I can drop it into my label down here called Weekly Memo. Now we can make that an automated thing, but it's just one to consider what's going to be the process that's going to serve you best. I am an unread email person. If you have 20,000 unread emails, that's going to be a difficult system for you to use. You may want to use a label and have things pulled over. Figure out what labels are going to make sense to you and use them. I often only use labels for big events that I want to make sure that I take care of. So this was when I went to ISTE Live in June. All of my flight information, my hotel information, my reservation information put in this folder so that I had everything I needed. Whereas having a folder for everything can sometimes also become overwhelming. So it's really a personal preference of what's going to be easiest for you, but there are a few different options of how to do that.